Good morning, soul family. How are you all doing? I have a lot to share. First of all, I had a really, really good night's sleep. Like, really, really good night's sleep. I woke up really early and was working under my blanket fort, as I always do. And then, hold on, I gotta take a sip. Okay. And then I was talking to Sandy and I said, I'm going back to bed. And I slept. And I had dreams. Dreams. The dreams showed me that my twin has got a situation in his life with a friend of his that is doing the exact same thing as my friend in Wisconsin did. Why would people marry someone they're not in love with just because they've been there a long time? Why would you... Oh, I've invested so much time in this. I did that when I was married for 10 years in that abusive relationship. I knew there were signs that I saw before that there was going to be abusive and it wasn't going to be the best for me. But I was scared because my family wanted it and they pushed it and he apologized and I thought, okay. And then the night of the wedding, it was a disaster and I shouldn't have done it. Don't ignore your gut instincts, people. No matter what your mom says, no matter what your dad says. Let's walk around. I watched it. My friend, you think that this isn't realistic, that people don't do this? They do. My friend did this. Married someone she was not in love with, did not want to be there because they'd been friends since they were in school, because the family expected it, because they were threatened, and she was threatened and told she'd be cut out of the family and disowned by the mother. And in the end, the mother does that to her anyway. It's just an awful situation. And it just is a repeat of a narcissistic situation over and over again. So people do it. It's insane. You know? Marry someone because the family expects it, because they're in the same religion, because you've invested too much time and energy into it. And it's insane. Don't ever do something that you don't want to do. Okay. I've moved things around again. Oh, and I do have to remember to take these crystals that I got together for my twin. I'm going to put them back out here. I've set things up a little different. You guys don't know it, but I've moved things around because I needed more working space. I'm burning my favorite incense from Sedona. I love this stuff. Notice my cats. Now, people that know what my place looks like, I've changed things around because Merlin has a new home. He's freaking out. He's freaking out because he got so used to living in that little tiny cage that he keeps trying to come to the surface and escape. And right now, I have a carpenter that's coming later for my landlord, and we're going to notch out that so it drops down so the tank lid is not up. But he's like, well, where are you going to put the lid? He doesn't like a light because he's shy. See, he's shy. So I've got fish. It's a little milky still because I put the substrate in here so that it's not crystal clear right now yet. But I've got a fish in the background and a seashell light. So that light is all that he's going to have, and the one above it. And Sandy painted this for me. And I thought, the mermaid needs to be next to the fish tank. Now what's so funny is the cat and the mermaid, same person, me, squirt. And I moved things around now. So that's where the stand used to be. And I put all of my pillows on here. And I had to move everything around. I just decided it was time to shift things around. I've got myself featured because I need to remember my inner child. I told you guys that. The panther came down off of the cabinet where he was up there. And he's over here. These are, and Ganesh was moved here. Hey guys. Me with my glasses. I'm getting new glasses. My eyes have improved. That's another thing that's really interesting. My eyes. Here's my happy Buddha hanging right above my twin, right? His power animal. That's how I see him. And this, when I look at Michael holding on to the dragon's head, I think about that being us, taming our own inner dragon. And we come before the Father humbly and we put our head down and we say, I have tamed my ego. This is your ego. This is your fear. I love that. So then you're in your highest power. And these are the stones that Spirit gave me. One by one, I asked for signs. And I was given this stone first, right? Then I went back again and I asked for another. And I was given the same stone. This after the first stone broke in half and I couldn't glue it back together because I was with the person or hanging around the person I thought was my twin and it broke. I glued it, it broke again, and Spirit was saying, no, that's not the right one. So when I met my twin, I asked for a sign and I got the exact same stone. If you had seen the one, I threw it away, but my best friend saw it. It was exactly, even down to the crack here. The only thing that was different is that this is twice as thick, stronger, right? So that was my next sign. And then I asked for another one when he would disappeared, and I got the same one. And then I asked for another, and I got this. Two halves make one whole. So love, compassion, forgiveness, unconditional love underneath Kuan Yin. And Ganesh, the obstacle remover, absolutely. And the fact that we are, absolutely, we are peaceful Buddhas. We are peaceful warriors, but we are warriors, and we carry a sword. And this sword cuts us away from all the fear and doubt and worry and ego. And this is how we cut cords from dysfunctional relationships, past life connections that are no longer in our highest good. And it's adorned. That was my mother's. So there's all kinds of reasons that I've done the things that I've done. Ganesh used to sit here, and the plant got way too big, so I've had to make room. I didn't have room anymore for my sage wand up there, so here my sage sits, which is very appropriate because it's the white California sage, the most powerful sage that the Cherokees, that the Indians use. And this is the Cherokee warrior that my daughter gave me because she knew that my twin was Cherokee. And it's Lisi, Jacob, and Trey. Do not let yesterday take up too much of today. So it's about learning your lessons and moving on. And this is a peace pipe. Even though you have a peace pipe, as I said over there with the Buddha, he carries a big fucking stick, right? He's not going to let people walk on him. I'm a peaceful warrior, but when you step over my boundaries, my higher self says, no, no, no. So let's go back here. And this is the stone that I got when I was in Sedona, I think the last time. And my yoga frog used to wear this, but I thought it was more appropriate here. And this is my twin and I. I'm always talking, and he's very quiet. He's tall, beautiful. But that's my job. I share, right? So now, Merlin is my twin. He's shy. He's tall, right? He needs a newer home. And it's showing me that, you know, your home is where your heart is, or maybe you're moving out of a circumstance into another. And even though he definitely needed more room, his other tank was only this big. I don't know if you guys remember that. It went to here. It was so unfair. Here he's going to grow again. I mean, it's ridiculous. They can grow to 4 feet long. And the people in the fish store, when I was talking about what I needed for him, I've done a lot of research trying to get what he needs. You know, this is brackish water because he shouldn't be completely in the ocean, and he shouldn't be completely in fresh water. He needs a little of both. So it's kind of like personalities. It's kind of like what you need in your life. It's a combination, right? It's not all one. Oops, let me move this over here. I like having green. I like having that so that he's in the forest. Whoops. So now, what you need to know, well, you don't need to know. I'm just telling you because I like to share, because that's my name. Sorry, Merlin. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, baby. He is shy. He doesn't like to be in the spotlight. So my twin is very shy as well, and he doesn't like to be in the spotlight, and yet he could certainly take over the spotlight because he's just as beautiful as as Merlin. And look at, if you see, he's blue and silver, and he's got fangs. Can you see his teeth? See his teeth? So the deal with him is he's very, very peaceful. He's actually a vegetarian. But if you upset him, if you come at him, he'll kill you. And that's my twin. So he's in his beautiful tank, and there we are. That's me and him. And I have now realized that Liger, of course, is my twin, and a combination of my twin and me, and is Merlin. I keep calling him Panu. But I found out what's wrong with Panu. Panu's me. Panu's me. Paul Newman. Blue eyes. That's why I've got the white unicorn. It is actually a male, right? It's the Siamese fighting fish with the long fins are males. But I've got the masculine energy, right? The aggressive, strong energy. And it also probably, I would hope that it represents my twin as well, because we're two of the same. But what's going on, I went to the store, and I said, I'm really concerned about my Siamese fighting fish. She's not eating. And all of a sudden, and he says, are there a lot of bubbles at the top of the tank? And I said, yeah, as you can see, all the bubbles at the top of the tank. And he says, he's mating. He wants to mate. He wants his partner. That's why I know it's me. He wants his partner, and he won't eat until his partner comes. And I said, will he kill himself? And he says, well, I hope not. You can withhold food from him completely, and and then maybe introduce one a little bit at a time. But he's not dying because he's sad. He's depressed because his partner's not there, right? So he's looking for a mate. Now, what's interesting about Siamese fighting fish, they're so loving. If you put a female in a cup and float it in the tank, she will drop her eggs when he comes up to her. And then you take the eggs out and you dump the eggs in the tank. You get rid of her. And he nurtures the babies. Now, this brings up a messenger that we have. And I'm trying to think of which one it is right now. Oh, it's the blue jay. Remember, it's not the blue jay. It's the California scrub. Remember when I told you when we did our weekly reading last week, that when it went by, it was very, very blue. And I said, oh my God, it's got to be a California scrub, because if it's too, hold on, I got to find it. I'm talking and I got to think at the same time. If I said it can't be a blue jay because this isn't in the area. So it's got to be a California scrub. And it was. And what's interesting about the California scrub, and it has a lot to do with a twin flame situation. And I'm not going to just make it be about me, my twin flame situation. I'll show you what a California scrub looks like. That's what a California scrub is. So it was pretty blue. It's not as blue as a jay, but it is from the jay family. Okay, but it's just from California. Now, what's interesting about the scrub is it does the same thing. So this is my twin. It does the same thing as, which makes me feel good because he wants his mate and he's not eating until he gets her, which hopefully is me. Which means he's not eating from anyone else. It's just like me when I said thank you for all the offers to meet, but I'm in a twin soul relationship and I'm not partaking of anything from anyone except for the one that I'm in love with and that I'm connected to. So even though I'm very lonely and very sad and I'm hungry for love, it's got to come from him. So what's interesting is when you give the eggs to the Siamese fighting fish, the male, he nurtures the babies. He takes care of the babies. They're not his. The mother would eat them. The mother is not a good mother. His mother is not a good mother. She hurts those babies. So he's taken someone else, some children, and so it's almost like I'll explain. It's about the California scrub. They're known for delayed gratification. So it's getting what you want, but you have to go through a lot to get to it. That's why I say it's like a twin flame situation. It's unusual family units. Like that is a very unusual family unit, right? They're known for what they do is they will, for us, for delayed gratification, you save up your resources, you save up the things that you nourish, you work towards the future goal, and you're not getting much in the short term, right? I wasn't, and we're working towards something because we know that something else is coming in the long run. We're slogging through a difficult job to get the promotion. We're going through tough times with a friend or a partner because you know the gratification for what you put into it is going to come in the future. But the unusual family units, what's interesting to me is where a monogamous pair, so say there's another pair that are married, right? They're assisted by an offspring who rarely mates, instead feeds the parents' offspring. So it's like I often have seen my twin with his dad and his new wife that have a baby, and he helps take care of the child. Isn't that interesting? And that's what the Siamese fighting fish here does, but doesn't mate himself. I find that really, really interesting. Now, it just might be what it is telling you that your family doesn't always have to be your family. Like my family is soul family. The song playing right now, I've been running with the wolves to get to you. I know what it means now. I know what it means. Your soul family, right? It's not necessarily your birth family. It's not the mainstream family. It may be friends. It may be extended family members like cousins. It may be, teachers, mentors. And this scrub comes forward to help assist with these ones doing that. And so I've seen that in my twin's life and in my life as well. So the one that he's working with and helping them, I see him with a child that he's taking care of. It's not his child. It's someone else's child. And I thought that it was his dad's child, but it's probably like my soul family. It's a soul family that has a child, and he helps take care of this child. He's very attached to this child. A very unusual family unit. Now, I was doing that too with my family, my soul family in Wisconsin, and I realized that the person that I was helping, this was my friend's daughter, and I was helping, but this person ended up being very narcissistic and toxic energy to me. And even though I wanted to help, it wasn't in my highest good. And I had to let it go. So there's lessons in that as well. There's a time, you know, you want to work with people, you want to help people, but you need to know how to set your boundaries. That's why the peaceful warrior, yes, I'm a peaceful warrior and I want to help, but I need to know how to set boundaries so that it's healthy for my own self. Now, I also posted today, I shared on my page, I think I shared it on my Angel's Whisper page as well, about the eclipse coming up. So interesting. I heard he rides to her on the full moon. I had no idea that we had a blue moon total eclipse on January 31st. That's my stepfather's birthday. It's very odd. It's like an ending of a cycle and something, but it's an incredible phenomenon. And what's amazing is it speaks about how it affects your zodiac signs. Now, I chose my twin in mind because I am an Aries and a Pisces moon. My twin is a Pisces, I'm an Aries. I have both, right? So what's going on is they're stressing that for the Aries, for the Pisces people, it's very positive. Big career changes, even though it might be tough, you're going to do really, really well. The career, it might be scary, you know, like I said, Panu, I keep calling him Panu. So Panu and Merlin are the same. Look at him trying to escape. See how he's nervous? He needs a bigger tank. You need a bigger tank, baby. You need a bigger tank. But he's so used to it being small that he's uncomfortable. And so that's what Spirit was saying. When something comes, when you get what you've been asking for, don't freak out and run from it. This is what you've been needing. You've needed to expand. He's needed to expand, but he's uncomfortable with it. It's not what he's used to. He's used to the small little space. So he's uncomfortable. It's also in relationship. You've been asking for this relationship. You've been asking for this relationship. And then when it shows up and it's in your face, you say, no, thank you. Because you're not used to it. You're afraid. Don't push away what your soul's been longing for. And it's okay, Merlin. I mean, it's okay, baby. You're going to be okay. Look at his fangs, man. It's okay, baby boy. It's uncomfortable. You get used to small things. You know, you get used to thinking small about yourself. And that's not what you're meant to be. So with the Pisces, you're going to do well. Your business is going to do well. So don't be nervous. And as far as Aries, what they were saying is Aries, you're going to struggle, right? You're going to struggle. You're going to have issues with your with your work, and yet I'm saying to myself, I choose. I work with my own energy. You know, I'll set my own boundaries. Now, this is what I wrote. I find this incredibly intriguing as I was given the Eclipse and Storm energy cards. That's why we're going to do. We're going to work with. The Oracle of Shadows and Light, and we're going to work with the Shapeshifters today, because I getting over and over yesterday the Storm and Eclipse cards, energy cards, several times yesterday. So as I said in this what they're predicting for this full moon, they're highlighting stress around my work situation, which is true. I have had stress around my situation, but for Pisces, this is a big career and change, and even if it's tough, you're going to do well. But what they have to pay attention to, and I've already noticed this with my landlord, he's a Pisces as well. You are such a sweetheart. You want to help others. You need to resist trying to save user family and friends that are going to come to you expecting help. You need to resist trying to save them and give them the expected handout. You need to set the boundaries and make them do their work, right? So, like I said, I highlighted only these two. All the zodiacs are represented if you go look at this. But I only highlighted mine because these are my sun and moon signs. And just as I said, I will not struggle. That's what I said out loud. I believe in the power of words. And if I'm an Aries and a Pisces moon, then the prediction for one is the opposite of the other, right? So my words are true. I will not struggle. I choose to see myself doing well as I do my work. And I will be very careful of setting boundaries with my time and others. This is how we work. With the energy of the upcoming eclipse, we set our own intentions to win. Okay? So all of these things coming up are just incredible. And my spell check is awful because I do my work underneath my blanket for it. So let me just see what I just messed up here. They show big changes in career, and yet not that it won't be tough for you. God. People are going to be like, what? You'll do well. And not that it won't be tough for you, but you will do well. So don't be fearing. You are to resist saving them and get them. See, because they expect you to do the handout. because you've always done that. My twin has always done that. My landlord has always done that. That's a Pisces trait. They're very loving and they're very generous and they're very giving. Such as my man right here, right? So loving and generous and giving to that little spoiled princess over there. He gave up of himself. And this little spoiled princess in here got a big new tank while Merlin was left in that little tank of his. And now that he's gotten his big tank, he doesn't know what to do with himself. It's okay, Merlin. It's okay, Merlin. I'm going to have to give him somewhere to hide. I'm going to have to give him a cave, because that's the other message that we got yesterday. Remember that for the dragonling, the baby dragon and the babies, about how you may not want to leave. You're not comfortable going out in the world. You're not comfortable doing this on your own. But you have to come out. You have to allow yourself to be seen at this time. But you can always go back to that safe place. Now, like I said, my twin doesn't want to be out there with everybody else. So now that I've got his tank set up, I'm going to get him a cave that he can go in and he can hide in. Because we can always go back to our special cave, a place of safety. But we do have to come out at least to someone. Right? Okay, so I'm putting all of my crystals back down here in front of me. I want to work with them. And you will accomplish what might seem impossible to yourself and others. All right, so now let's do, with Panu, I'm just going to let him sit down there and not eat for a while. And after several days, apparently I was overfeeding him. I was giving him too much. Because that's what I do. I give too much to everybody. So you pull back and you stop giving so much of yourself. I put Lily out every night and slept. Well, guess who didn't go out last night? She didn't wake me up, not once. She knew better. She knew that if I put her out, if she cried and woke me up, I was going to put her out, right? Okay, so all of those things, all those messages. So we're going to work with the Oracle of Shadows and Light. I'm curious to see if we get the Eclipse energy or if we get the Storm energy. So far, every time Merlin goes to the top of the tank, he goes to the top of the tank where the glass is on the lid. And he hasn't done it in the back. I don't want him to try and slip out of there. He's trying to escape. He's actually trying to hide, is what he's trying to do. Just doesn't realize that it's time for him to grow a little bit. He can't hide. He's grown so he's outgrown so basically it's an example of you've outgrown where you are. You've grown beyond that. It's not good for you to be there anymore. He is right at the top of his tank. He's wanting to get out of his new surroundings. He'll expand again, and that's the message to us. We will continually keep growing. We have to stretch, remember? That's why I had to get him a bigger tank. He was cramped in there. He needed to be able to stretch. So Merlin, the magician, my love, you've grown beyond the situation you're in. It's time to leave. It's time to expand. Correct for neutrality on all levels. And that's for me too. Working too hard. All right. Oh my God, and look what's on the bottom. There we go. I've got it. We got them both. Okay. We're taking them both. Oh God, I've got 3. Nautilus Princess. Well, okay. We'll do the Angel of Time first. And then we'll do the Nautilus, then we'll do the Eclipse energy, and then we'll do the Nautilus Princess. I don't think we'll do the Nautilus Princess. I'll tell you a little about the Nautilus Princess. Okay, so the Angel of Time is telling you it's time. Remember, that was the theme yesterday. It's time. You've been working too hard. You've been thinking too hard. You've been overworking. She's like, we're done with this. You are allowing this much self-love and love to others. All this has been about work. Thinking, working. You've given everything of yourself to your work, to the detriment of yourself and to the detriment of the ones that you love. Spirit says it's time. You're not listening. You don't listen. We've told you again and again and again and again and again, and you don't listen. Oh, but I'm trying to give something to my family. No, you're not giving what your family needs. Your family, your loved ones, they need you. It's like when I left Liger. I had to go. I was on my spiritual path. I was doing my work, and I had to leave him behind. He suffered. He was in mourning. He almost died. It's like me. You've left me too long. Too much. Someone's got to tell you to stop. Stop giving so much to your work, all your time, your energy, your passion, your health. That was me. I slept and slept and slept today. I'm not going to push myself. I know Spirit's going to give me what I need. But I have to pull back myself. And so do you. Song right now, if you're under him, you ain't getting over him. I got new rules now. I got new rules. I got no rules about my time and about what I give of myself. If I'm giving, and I'm not getting anything back, I'm not giving anymore, right? So for you, you need to take care of your body. You need to take care of your mental health. Your body's going to fail. My body started to fail. I got started with adrenal failure. My skin started to have skin eruptions. You gain weight. I've got big black circles under my eyes. I look old. And I don't want to look like this. It's because I've worked myself into the ground. Also, I've energetically depleted myself. So now, as I'm doing this, I'm taking care of me. And so spirit, and so, teacher, walk thy walk, talk thy talk. Well, I am. So I'm telling you now, we need to meditate. We need to eat. We need to take up a form of exercise. Doesn't have to be a killer. Walking, light hikes, whatever. You need to change the patterns that you're in. Your physical patterns and your emotional patterns, because your thinking's all fucked up. It's time to take care of yourself. Your body knows it. You need it. Take a break from computers. Take a break from your cell phone. Take a break from your watches. I only wear my watch because it's pretty. Go swimming. Go hiking. Go snowshoeing. Go to the forest. Go hike Sedona. I want to. If I could, I would. But for me, I can walk. I can row my canoe. Wherever you're at, you can do it wherever you are. Get outside. Get into spirit. Meditate in a cave like Panu wants to be. I mean, why do I keep calling him Panu? I guess Panu and Merlin are the same person. I guess they're two sides of the same person, because I told you, Merlin's got fangs and he'll beat the shit out of you if you come after him or after the ones he loves. And that's what this one is protecting, the babies, right? That's what the Siamese fighting fish will do. And yet they're very peaceful, gentle creatures. They protect what's theirs. So you need to detach because you're wound up too tight. When you're wound up too tight, you can't think, you can't breathe, you don't get your messages, you don't understand what Spirit's trying to tell you. You've pushed yourself too far beyond your limits. Way beyond. You've been cramped. You need space, you need open space. You need to get out of the office, get out of the cubicle, get out of whatever it is. It's time. Now, detach. Detach from what's taking everything away from you. Deadlines. This has to happen by this time. No, it doesn't. You need to take care of yourself first. I said that. I can't do this. I can't afford to. Yes, I can. I'm doing it, and Spirit you'll get miraculous solutions. They'll take care of you in miraculous ways. I got gifts. 2 gifts yesterday. Donations on my page. I was shocked. I was just like, and I don't know why I'm shocked. I wasn't. As soon as I got them, I said to the Father, "Thank you, thank you." I listened and I stopped and I allowed myself to rest. And what happened? I got donations. And the thing is, they really weren't donations. They were from the people that gave them to me, but I give of myself all the time. I deserved it. So here we are. This is Eclipse energy. This is what I'm telling you. This came up again and again and again. It was on the bottom of the deck when I flipped the deck over, so it was coming. I knew it was coming, so we're going to talk about it. And it talks about this eclipse that's coming. January 31st is our eclipse, a super moon eclipse. And when eclipse energy happens, remember I said to you something had shifted outside? How we saw the pelicans? One group was going one way and the others were splitting. There was a shift. Soul family is meeting together, and families are parting, and friendships are parting. Groups are parting. Right now, there's a lot of energy look at that Red Sea. There's passion, there's anger. There's all kinds of tumultuous shit that's coming out, and it's exploding. And look at this mermaid. She's standing there. She's not affected by it. She's not allowing herself to be affected by it. She's not partaking of it. The number is 10. This is a gateway. This is the time. The time is now. Spirit wants you to go through, right? Everything, when an eclipse comes up, everything that was hidden comes to light. It's a time of shifts, awakenings. I told you there was great shifts that were happening. People are reawakening right now. There's change. Sometimes it's not, and it's uninvited. It's not change that you've asked for. It's just coming. It's moving through your life, and it's going to affect your entire existence. So you can't prepare for it, but you have to be prepared. So just be prepared. Just be ready. And at this time, you get amazing dreams like what I watched last night. Finally, I haven't dreamed with my twin for so long. I haven't connected with him for days. And last night, wow, it was unrolling in front of me. So for you, clairvoyant experiences, dreams, really, really watch gossip. Don't pay attention to gossip. Don't involve yourself in gossip. Things are not as they appear. Addictions at this time, be very, very careful of any addiction. I talked about addiction yesterday. Sex, porn, food, alcohol, drugs, cigarettes, money spending, workaholism, which is clearly the biggest addiction that's being addressed right now. Be very careful of this because there's change that's coming at this time. It's time for you to start something fresh. We already spoke about how we need to have a healthy regime. Start something new. Watch your eating. Watch your exercise. Fight the energy that's negative in your life, but you can't fight the energy from an eclipse. There's nothing we can do to stop the eclipse, but you can prepare for it so that it doesn't overwhelm you. It could overwhelm you, or you could work with the energy that comes with it and go with the change. It's kind of like when the great wave comes or when the storm comes, go to the mountain, meditate, use that energy, go into meditation. What is it that I need to examine? What is it I need to look at? What do I need to change? So there's major shit that comes down with eclipse now. So be prepared for scandals, for major revelations. Truths are coming to the surface. You're going to be told the truth about things that you didn't think you ever hear. It may be shocking. You may be changing the way you look. I'm cutting my hair today. I'm thinking about coloring it a different color. I don't know. You're going to express yourself in a different way. You're going to be maybe starting things that you didn't allow yourself to do. You're going to take new different types of classes. You're going to change the people. As I said, we watched the pelicans separate. So you're going to change the group of people that you associate with. Maybe what you had chosen to do with your life, you're going to change jobs. Pisces has got something going big time, right? But you're going to be following your soul's path. And if you follow your soul's path, if you're already on that path, even though the changes are going to shake you, it's not going to be painful. It will be surprising, and like Merlin, Panu. God dang, I guess Panu and Merlin are both. It's new and it's nerve-wracking, but it's going to be for the best. Song right now, perfect. Love this song. I know this is my twin talking to me. We were just kids when we fell in love. We didn't know what it was. I know that this is my twin talking. Whatever it is. This change that happens, it's going to bring you closer to who you are, your true soul's path. So all of us get a choice about how we move through this. But there is one thing and one thing alone that there's no point in fighting it because you're not going to change anything. You're not going to stop it from happening. And why? Because it's about powerful growth. Take the wisdom in the Nautilus, everything that you've learned, the pearls of wisdom. I saw my mother's pearls yesterday. I take my mother's lessons. I take my own lessons, my daughter's lessons, all the lessons, and I'm applying everything that I've learned, and I share everything with you guys. So everything you've been going through, yes, it's been difficult. Yes, it's been painful, but it's about great, powerful growth. It's to your benefit, and it's to the benefit of others. If you use what you've gone through in a good way, if you allow yourself to benefit from this eclipse energy. And the thing is, with this one, as I said about Merlin, I'm a little nervous about Merlin. He keeps trying to escape. And about Liger and about my twin. Gentle, loving soul. People think that I'm very gentle and that I'm shy and that I'm not going to cause a fuss. But I've got fangs. And I got to tell you, I'm going to stand up for myself and I'm going to speak my truth. And I'm not going to be forced to do what I know is not right for me. I'm going to make my own choices in my own life. I'm going to move forward. People have been taking advantage of my pleasant nature. That one right there, that little spoiled princess that Liger had to give everything up for that spoiled princess who was a narcissist. I stopped. The one that I was helping was taking advantage of my kind nature, my gentle nature. I'm no slouch, but I think because I just kept putting up with it and putting up with it, they expected that I was stupid, that I wasn't able to see things. And I said to the person, I wanted to see the best in you. I want what's best for you. I'm not an idiot. I'm aware of what's going on. I was just trying to help you, but we can't change another person, right? It's only us that we can change. So, whoever's been trying to take advantage of your beautiful, gentle, peaceful nature, you need to remember, yes, you have a peace pipe, but you've got a sword. Yes, you're a peaceful, happy Buddha. This is you. But you have a sword, and it's time to cut the cords and detach from the ones that are draining your energy and taking from you, taking what you have worked for. Remember the cormorants the other day? I showed you the video of the cormorants that were on the move. They were all moving, and I was so proud of the cormorants. I knew what it meant. it meant that we're not going to give everybody, we're not going to work for free. We're not going to work for everyone and allow them to keep what's ours. This is about personal growth for us. And this is a challenge for you. This is difficult, but you can handle this. You are going to grow. And right now, the information, you're getting information through me, through spirit. There may be a friend that's coming forward. I'm talking to my twin. My love is there for my twin. And whatever it is, this energy, the information, the person that comes forward for you, your mentor, your teacher, your friend, they're going to open up your mind and help you realize your potential and how far you have to go, how much you have to offer. Do you know, I remember the other day I said I was Wednesday's child. I'm not. I'm Thursday's child. Thursday's child has far to go. And my twin is Tuesday's child. Tuesday's child is full of grace. And that's why they get pushed around and taken for granted. It's not that they're a slouch. They've got fangs and they can do what they need to do. But they don't want to. They want to be loving and kind and generous. Liger, when the cats come in here and try and take over his space, he beats the shit out of them. But otherwise, he is the most gentle, sweet, loving thing in the world. Just don't push him, right? Don't push me to the very breaking point. And I talk. I'm louder. I would fight to the death for my twin. But for myself, I give of myself too, and I take and take and take. Just like Liger, until it's enough. You look outside. Let's go outside and take a look at this. This is where we're at. Remember I told you when you look outside, you'll get an idea of what's going on in your environment? Victory. Victory. Sweet victory. Look at the color of the lake. Look at the sky. It's stormy. Things are starting to shift. Things are starting to shift. It's kind of murky. It's kind of like it's like the calm before the storm, but it's there, right? I wouldn't be surprised if it rained. What did I do out here that was different? I watered everything, but I did something different. I can't think. I know what I did. I moved so many things around. You guys have no idea. It's good to move things around. Put my stuff up there that was down over here, but I redid my altar. I took a lot of things out and I moved a lot of things around. Okay, so that's what's going on with these cards. I didn't mean to get 3, so we're gonna do one more from the Shapeshifters. I don't know. So, girl, if you want, what is it, girl? You're the one. I want to want me. Good. If you want, you got me. Good. I hope that's my beautiful babe talking to me. Okay, correct for neutrality on all levels. One message, one final message from the Oracle of the Shapeshifters, and then this girl's going to work. It's 1222, 222. Everything is happening exactly as it is meant to happen with divine blessings for everyone involved. Let go and have faith. Okay, here we go. Snow White and her animal friends. Love this. I love this. I love this. Look at Snow White in her forest with all of her animal messengers all around. I gotta tell you, when I went to the fish store yesterday and I was telling them about Panu and Merlin, the guy's like, I could hug you. I could just freaking hug you. How you take care of that. He says, you've dedicated this entire tank just to that fish. No wonder he's gotten so big. And I said, he's beautiful. I love him. He's my twin. And I tell them, everybody, I tell them what it means. They listen to me. They know me now. And then when I went in, I was so worried about Panu, you know. I said, I don't want him to die. And she's like, you are so adorable. The girl, it was a girl now, because I love him so much. And she says, and I said, well, the last time I went away, you know, my landlord was supposed to take care of him, and he fed him, didn't realize what was going on. My babes, my beautiful babes. And it was too cold for him, and he froze to death. He didn't get enough warmth, right? There wasn't warmth coming from where it means a lot to me personally. I know what it means. So today I'm going, his tank seems to be okay, but I think I'm going to get him a new heater. Anyway, he needs more warmth. But I've now realized that he wants to mate. He wants his partner. I love that. So anyway, Snow White and her animal friends. Now, number 9. Number 9 talks about endings. I'm sorry. Talks about endings. But it's always positive endings. And basically what Spirit is saying is like what the first message we got, the Angel of Time. The time is now. And what our theme was yesterday, the time is now. And Spirit is saying to us, Get to work, light worker, now. The number 9 means you've completed. You've completed what you need to have completed, right? All the prerequisites. In order to achieve your life purpose, you've completed an aspect of yourself. So stop procrastinating. It's time to start taking your action steps, even if they're just little steps. So that's what the number 9 means. And then you see her there surrounded by all of her animal friends. And the message is you inspire confidence and trust. The little ones, they feel safe with her, right? Or him. You're loved, you're trusted. All these little animals gather around you. You know, I've always said, for me, I know that. For me, I work with the animals. I'm a shaman. Since I was a child, they were my closest friends. God, I'm seeing something right now, you guys. I want you to see if you can see it. On the edge of my neighbor's patio, right underneath the, inside the patio, underneath the red tile roof at the end. Let me get my pointer. Right there. Can you see the animal? It's a wolf. And then it morphs into a lion. It's a shapeshifter, and it's right there. I don't know if you guys can see it. It's really clear to me. Pretty cool. Boy, somebody wants somebody to let them go. I was hoping that someone would love you the way that I couldn't love you. Let me go. So you see, you inspire confidence in these little ones. I've always said I'm like Dr. Doolittleist, right? The animals come to me. But it could be with people, you know, they're saying that you're this way. With animals, with other people, they trust you. But it's the small ones, the gentle ones, the ones kind of like the underdogs, right? The vulnerable ones. They come to you because they trust you. And you let them know that, yes, you've got boundaries, but they're not a burden to you. You love them. That's why they love you. People love who loves them, right? So right now, Spirit's saying, it's time. You are a protector. You've got the courage. You've got the power. And you want to protect people. You have that energy in you. Makes me think of Artemis of the forest or Diana of the forest, you know? I'm thinking about the deer. The deer in the background. Look how beautiful that deer is. I always have said my twin is like a deer. He's very gentle and loving. But the deer is saying that about you. That you've got a gentle, loving way about you. And you can nurture and care for the ones in front of you. This beautiful dark-haired one with blue eyes. Interesting. It's a female. But that little squirrel in this one's lap. I'm the squirrel. Dark hair, blue eyes. And you're very loving. And you have the ability to nurture. Just like Panu is a male. But he's nurturing and he's taking care. He takes care of the babies, right? The young ones. Remember I told you how the crystals, they're the young ones that we need to take care of. The indigos take care of the young ones that are coming up behind us, the crystal children. So you, just as this California scrub said, it may be, you know, cousins. It may be extended family. It may be soul family. But it's time for you to step forward. It's time for you to use the knowledge that you've accumulated. The Nautilus princess had all of that knowledge, the wisdom that they've accumulated. So it's time to come forward and help. Step up and protect the ones that are fragile, the smaller than you, the ones that are delicate, right? Show them that they will be able to accomplish what might feel impossible to them because you have been able to do that. And we are all able to do that when Spirit works with us. We have to drink from Spirits and take a breath, right? Do what we need to do. Take care of ourselves. We got to teach others, but we can't teach others if we're not doing it the right way ourselves. So right now, maybe you might be feeling like, I'm not a hero. I keep thinking about that song. I'm going to get emotional. God. The song that I always think of when I think of my twin, it's so weird because it's such a conflict. It's the Chainsmokers. I want something just like this. And it's about, I think I'm going to change my banner picture. Yesterday I put my picture up as the warrior mermaid because I'm the fighter of for the underdog. I defend the underdog and I love the ones who are not able to stand up for themselves. I help teach them. That's my job and I love it. It's not just my job. It is my job because it's my path, because I love it. And so that's the role that you may have, but you may not see yourself that way. I know that that's what I do. I've been shown that. I didn't realize that this, I think about this a lot, you know, how I am in my life now. I never would have thought that this is who I would have been, and yet this is what I was shown was coming for me. And I embrace it. This is what I chose for my twin. See this little boy with his mask? He's a shy little boy. He's a beautiful little boy. I got to show you something else. There's two ways of showing this. Because it's like Merlin and like Liger, right? They're shy. They don't jump out in the spotlight. They're gentle, they're loving, but they're very powerful. I told you when I walked next to my twin how powerful he is, right? I talked about how underestimated, so underestimated. And it's the ones that are loving and kind who don't push and who don't manipulate and who don't lie and who aren't aggressive. They're the ones that are stronger. The jeer. Don't ever mistake a gentle person or a quiet person for a weak person. They are far from that. So, that's the complexity that I see in my twin. I see him as this big, giant wolf, right? This powerful wolf. There he is, this big silver wolf. Very, very powerful. And yet I see him as that gentle deer, that loving deer, because he's got that personality, like my Liger, that I love so much. Don't ever mistake a gentle person for a quiet, gentle person for a weak one. There's a banner picture that I chose that I put up. I'm trying to find it, and I've got so many. I change them so often, but it's a combination of the little boy, the chain smokers. Now I'm speaking about my twin, and I'm talking about what I've recognized in my life. But as I speak about this, no doubt you are being shown somebody in your life, right? I've always been drawn to this energy, the same kind of energy. My friend Tony, my friend Troy, they all have that same energy. My ex-husband Ken, all quiet people, gentle, loving people, but they're strong people. They're not weak people. They're very, very strong, and that is their strength, their loving, gentle kindness. It takes a strong man to be able to show his sensitive side. Man, I'm so turned on by that. I can't tell you. I've always said, if you're so wonderful, you don't have to brag. You don't have to tell me, because I'll see it. I'll know it. Right? Don't pretend to be something that you're not. It's not impressive. Be yourself. Here it is. Something just like this. If you can see this little girl, that's me in the forest. That is me. My hair was braided like that. I always was in a dress from the time that I was 7 or 8 years old and my dad got us. And what's flying around her, you don't see it because I cut the picture in half, are the two white cranes, herons. They are the twin soul. They are the soulmate connection. They are the jack of all trades. They are the ones that are the weird ones, the strange ones. I talk about them all the time, you guys. They are us. And there's my twin. There's my twin with his ripped jeans and his, little belly hanging out and his mask on. And he's this gentle one. Have you heard this song, something like this? This is what I think of when I think of this situation. When this is you, Spirit's talking to right now. You may all think, I'm not a hero. Well, listen to this song. I've been reading books of old, the legends and the myths, Achilles and his gold, Hercules and his gifts, Spider-Man's control, and Batman with his fists. I know who Batman is in my twin's life. I'm not impressed. Spider-Man, who tries to control things and wrap strings around you, not impressed. And then he says, and clearly I don't see myself upon that list. But she said, where do you want to go? How much do you want to risk? I'm not looking for somebody with superhuman gifts, some superhero, some fairy tale bliss, just somebody I can turn to, somebody I can kiss. I want something just like this. I want something just like this. And then he goes again, I've been reading books of old, the legends and the myths, the testaments they told, the moon and its eclipse. Listen, you guys. And Superman unrolls a suit before he lifts. But I'm not that kind of person that it fits. But she said, where do you want to go? How much do you want to risk? I'm not looking for somebody with some superhuman gifts, some superhero, some fairy tale bliss, just someone I can turn to, someone I can miss. I want something just like this. Where do you want to go? What do you want to risk? I want something just like this. And that was my message to my twin. And I want you, and I always have. You're the only one I have ever wanted with my entire heart. Ever. Now are you seeing yourself as this? Are you seeing yourself as, I'm not a superhero. I'm just a regular person. What did I say before? How you're able to, I might have a lisp. I might have, my face might get red. I might be shy. I don't have the right words. I can't speak. They don't come out properly. When I want to speak, the wrong thing comes out. My foot goes in my mouth when I open it. You are all of this. Spirit says you have all of the wisdom, all of the knowledge, and more importantly, you have the love and the caring. So right now, you may feel like you're not a hero, and you might, but you're going to experience victory. We saw the bee outside, didn't we? That was victorious, sweet victory. And Spirit says you can trust it, because right now you need to take steps to live up and to honor the trust that you've been given, because people are looking to you now. And maybe you could stay in the forest, right? Like Merlin. Look at him in there trying to escape his tank in that little tiny cage that he was comfortable in. You know, you might stay unseen in the forest. But you're going to have to come out. You have to come out. You have to stretch. It's simple when you're in the forest, right? It's simple when nobody can see you, when you're hiding, when you're in the house, or when you don't speak, you don't come forward. But when you step out into the world again and you make choices, are you going to support the ones you love? Are you going to make a commitment to protect the animals and the wildlife? Are you going to pay attention to the products that you use? Pay attention to the products you use. The products that ask. Go to Google and say which major products. Maybelline comes to mind. Revlon, MAC, the animal products, the products that they test on animals. They torture animals. Are you going to stop that? Are you going to raise the rights of animals awareness? The rights of children who are being bullied in school? Are you going to step up? My daughter has. She's gone to the principals. My friend Kim Creech, she has. Children that are being pushed around by teachers, that's not their place. Yeah, but I've been the one that spoke up before, and now my kid gets picked on. Are you going to step back and allow this bully to continue this way? Are you going to stand up and fight for your school or within your family and protect the ones that you love and your soul family? And when you do that, when you have to give up of yourself, you're going to give up something of yourself in order to give to others, your time, your energy. And sometimes, like with me, I walked away from my career to do my spiritual path. What I gave up was money. What I gave up was a big house. What I gave up was stuff. Check this out. I've got one comment and 11, one message and 11 comments. So 111, make a wish right now. I just made my wish. So recognize that you are going to give it up. You're going to give up maybe the fancy job, the big house, the big car, but you're going to be following your soul's path, and you're going to be helping. You're going to be fulfilling. And then Spirit brings to you. You will be rewarded with victory. You will be given. You will be given back. Your energy will change. And I'm telling you, maybe you won't be at the top of your career chain where you were before, that your family wanted you, the lawyer, the doctor, whatever it is. When you step off your path and you start following your soul's path, but your Father will bless you. You will be blessed, and the joy and the bliss and the happiness will be unmeasurable. And that's when your deepest dreams and desires will come. Everything perfectly perfect at the perfect and right time. Lightning strikes every time she walks in the room. Everybody's watching her, but she's watching you. That's the truth. She's only watching you. Lots of love, you guys. This is a great message. All of the messages were great. I'm super excited. I love you.